everyone, and welcome to the St. Johns County Public Library Bookmobile Extension Services Department. I'm Miss Karen, and today I'm bringing to you Creature Feature. Today's creature feature is the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper, and this is the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper. Now, all summer long, I have been seeing these things in my backyard and all over the city. What is the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper? Well, the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper is part of the grasshopper family, the same family of the little green or brown ones that you usually see in the yard. They're very similar, however, they're very different. The main difference, as you can probably see, is the color and the size. So this is an average size of a green grasshopper, it's a rather large one. And this is the average size of the lubber, the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper. Now this is a green toy one, but I brought them so you can compare the sizes of the Eastern Lubber to a regular green or brown grasshopper. Quite a difference. Now the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper is an invasive species, meaning he is not from where I am from here in Florida, and also up and down the United States. So basically the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper is found anywhere from North Carolina, southward to Florida, and westward to about central Texas. However, the other grasshoppers of the same family as the Eastern Grasshopper originated from Mexico. So it is believed that the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper probably was first found in the United States by being brought over on some kind of plant or citrus from Mexico. So now that the Eastern Lubber is in the United States, he is destroying crops, particularly citrus crops. They also like to eat beans and a lot of the ornamentals that we like to put in our yards to make our yards look beautiful. Now, the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper multiplies quickly. In the late summer, about this time of year, the female grasshopper will lay eggs in the sand, and her favorite place to lay eggs is in dry sand, perfect for the southeastern region of Florida, and in the pine straw or underneath the pines in the woods, which Florida is filled with them. So she lays her eggs there, and she can lay anywhere from about 80 to 250 eggs at a time. She lays 3 clutches or pods of eggs with somewhere between 40 to 80 and maybe 120 eggs in them each, and a total of anywhere between 80 and 250 eggs. So her eggs need to stay there all winter long. They need a cooling off period. They actually stay underground for approximately 6 to 8 months. And then in the spring, the babies are born. And the baby grasshoppers are called nymphs. This is a picture of a nymph. He doesn't look much like the lubber that we showed you at the beginning. The nymph is black and has yellow and sometimes reddish color stripes on him. Now, what you might see when the nymphs are first born, the first time that you notice them, is this. Yes, they are everywhere. Remember I said there's about 80 to 250 eggs in which the grasshoppers were born in one location and all at once. This is what you see on your plants. Well, as the nymph starts growing, they molt up to 5 times. And each time they molt, meaning they shed their skin, they change a little. In the first molting, they kind of narrow a little bit and get a little bit longer. In the second molting, they actually become a little more robust. And in the third molting, they start to get little wing buds on the sides. These Eastern lubbers have wings just like grasshoppers, although they will never fly because their bodies are so large and heavy. In the fourth molting, their wings become a little bit longer, but that shell, that armored looking shell on the outside of them, is now more pronounced. It sticks out, it hardens, and it's starting to tilt upward and backward as he's getting longer and longer. And in the fifth molting, his bright colors start to show. the armor gets harder, and all of those cool kind of colors and features of this grasshopper start to now show, and it's becoming an adult. So the adult grasshopper then starts to feed on everything. He is a great climber, very, very slow hopper. He cannot hop high, and they really don't walk very well. That's actually how they got their name, a lubber grasshopper. Lubber means awkward or clumsy. So they kind of just trip along. They don't really walk fast, and they don't hop. They just kind of clumsy and stagger around. So the grasshopper feeds on your plants all year round. This is not good. So we wonder about whether they have a natural predator or not, because they're everywhere. Well, unfortunately, or if you like them, I guess it's fortunately, the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper doesn't have but 2 predators. The first predator is the shrike, which is a bird. Now the shrike is a bird that actually likes to impale its food. So it will catch the grasshopper and put the grasshopper on something sharp. Now the reason why it does this is, as you may be able to guess, the bright colors of the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper indicate that he is poisonous to other animals. So what we would think is a natural predator to a grasshopper, a snake, a bird, owls, rodents, things that would normally eat insects, they don't eat the Eastern Lubber. He has an awful taste. He hisses, he spits this venom out. Sometimes dogs will pick them up and it makes them very sick. So he doesn't have any enemies but these 2, the shrike. And the reason why the shrike is his enemy is he will grab this grasshopper, impale him on something sharp like maybe a fence post, let it sit for up to 48 hours. And during that time, it's got the stake or something sharp through it. All the poison is draining out of him. Then the shrike will come back and eat him. And oddly enough, the other day I saw a bird in my yard that I had never seen before. And as I started doing research on these lubber grasshoppers, they started talking about the shrike. And I realized that's exactly what that bird was. Wow, Mr. Shrike, happy eating in my yard. You're welcome to all the lubbers you want. The other predator of the Eastern Lubber is the taconid fly. Now the taconid fly, when it bites the lubber, will put a tiny parasite into the lubber, which will eventually kill him. Other than that, these guys have free reign over your plants. The Eastern Lubber Grasshopper lives about 1 life cycle, about 9 months approximately, give or take. The Eastern Lubber Grasshopper goes through its final molting stage in its adult life, where it turns nearly a black color, almost like it was in the very beginning when it was just a small nymph, and it looks like this. This is how I'm starting to see the Eastern Lubber Grasshoppers around my house now. The dark grasshopper is a sign of old age and that he has lived a long and happy life. Perhaps you like these. They are absolutely terrifying to me with their long, sticky legs. And quite honestly, they have no regard for social distancing. If you've ever had one touch you, you'll know what I mean. Those spines on their legs, they stick to you. And, well, lover of all creatures or not, I find this creature creepy and scary. But I hope you learned something today about the Eastern Lubber Grasshopper. Until next time, bye everyone.